It's beer o'clock on Reload Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer called Very Berry, and it's a sour berry ale from Fierce Beer. Fierce Beer produce some really terrific beer. This one's coming in at 4.5% ABV. It's a lion singing on a karaoke machine. Let's get this can out into a glass and see what we get. I'd like to thank Stephen for the beer. It's probably just a microphone, not a karaoke machine, but I just thought I'd spice things up. You're already commenting in the comments box, aren't you, about it's not a karaoke machine, it's a microphone. Look at the colour of this beer then. We've got a 2 to 3 finger, slightly red. Is a little pinkishness about that head. Look at the lovely colour of the beer. Lovely red, slightly hazy beer. Loads of carbonation rushing up the side of the glass. Let's get the aroma. So Stephen Claxton sent me the beer. Thank you very much, Stephen. Aroma. Oh my goodness me. Wow. That is insane. Insane aroma. Juicy berry galore. Raspberry, maybe it's such a blueberry, strawberry, touch of sourness, sweetness as well. Gonna get that sweetness from the fruits. Looks good. Let's dive in. Cheers. Lots of fruit, lots of berry. Lots of carbonation. There's a slight sourness. I am disappointed about the sourness in this beer. It's not sour enough for me. It's more sweet. They've got the sour in. The sour is not quite right with this beer. When you brew a sour beer, as I know, I'm a very kind of vague home brewer at best. When I do collaborations, and I don't mind being honest about this, when I do collaborations, it's more about me going to the brewery with my camera, my social media, and collaborating in that way. I'm by no means a qualified brewer. I'm probably not even a qualified home brewer. But what I understand from lactobacillus is when you add this to the mash, is that it's meant to send the beer, instead of making the beer sweet, it changes the beer's course, it changes the beer's direction into being sour, and crazy sour at that. Lactobacillus is part of a milk product. It's part of milk that's been taken out of the milk. But I'm getting too much sweetness. I'm just wondering what's happened here. I think a lot of people are enjoying the beer, a lot of people are liking the beer. I do like the fruit aspect of the beer. I love that tartness. Lots of fruit going on. But it's way too sweet. Way too sweet for me. This needs to be not sweet but sour. This tart ale is packed with super group of seasonal berries with sweet notes of raspberry, blackberry and blackcurrant, the balance of a puckering sour punch. And this is the point. If you're in your bottle shop and you've picked up this can of beer and you're thinking, sour punch, that sounds amazing, because On paper, looking at the label of the can, it looks terrific, it sounds terrific, everything's matching up on the can, that it's going to be a really lovely sour beer. For me as a beer reviewer, I need to look at that, I need to understand that, and then put that connection with this beer. And the connection's too far apart, the connection's split, the connection's not there. It's sweet rather than sour. Something's happened, something's gone wrong. This is a beer with the raw levels turned up to 11. So let's get jamming. More let's get strumming than let's get jamming for me. Very berry. Let's pick out some positive notes from the beer. It's very drinkable, it's very fresh, it's very refreshing, good carbonation. Lovely, lovely fruit beer, but too sweet. And this is the downside now, too sweet, not sour enough. It's meant to be what do they call it, a sour punch. There's no sour punch in this, it's more of a sweet punch. I'm not a massive fan of sweet beer either, so I'm going to rate this. They need to ramp up the sour levels of this beer and some. Double it up. Get it really sour. If you're going to advertise something with a sour punch and sour on the label and a big lion speaking into a microphone, do it, Fierce Beer. Get sour with it. Don't muck about and maybe it's a bit too sour for our audience. If you're going to do it, do it. Rating for this beer, it's not sour at all. I do like the fruit, I think it's really tasty. If you called this a fruit ale, I would be giving it an 8 out of 10. As it's a sour beer, a sour fruit beer, it's a 5. It's a 5 out of 10 at best. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up, boom, and cheers.